Okay, just checking in, make sure everybody can hear us again. Great. Okay, we'll get started. Push the record button. We'll get going, guys. Alrighty. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Expert in the House. This call is done every single Wednesday. A Diamond End executive and above will do this call at 6 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Sydney time. Next week, we have the people that introduced me to Asea, Bart and Melissa Cotter. They are Triple Diamond executives in Asea, and they'll be doing these calls next Wednesday night. My name is Dan Doyle. I'm from Sydney, Australia. I'm an ambassador to Triple Diamond in this company called Asea, A-S-E-A. And what I'm going to go through tonight is nothing less than the single greatest health science, anti-aging, and sports performance breakthrough of our lifetime. There's several reasons why people look at a company like this, their breakthrough technology, their products. One is you may have a health challenge yourself. You may know somebody that has a health challenge. You may not like the way you look or feel anymore. You may understand the concept of maintaining your health, looking after yourself, putting the right things in your body and doing a little bit of exercise. You may be an athlete and you're looking for an edge, or you may be looking for an opportunity. I'm going to tell you my story tonight and why I'm here and talk about my journey. But firstly, I just want to talk about the company disclaimer. What you're going to hear about tonight in these breakthrough products, the Asea supplement and the Renew 28, these products are not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease or medical condition. At the end of this presentation, talking about the products and my story, I will do a Q&A. There may be people, as I said, on this call that are looking at this for their health or for the sake of their loved ones. So any questions you do have, I'll be doing a Q&A in around about 20-30 minutes time. Just on that, there's a lot of people that will be asking in that Q&A about particular issues, conditions, diseases, problems that people have with their bodies. Can you all please do me a favor? I'm going to ask you a question back and you'll understand why. If there's a cell involved, there's a chance that what I'm going to talk about is going to help. So anything specific, you're going to understand the enormity of this breakthrough, how big it is, and what it can do for an individual and whatever they're going through. So, as I said, I'm going to talk to you about a breakthrough technology that is nothing less than the single greatest health science, anti-aging, and sports performance breakthrough of our lifetime. I've said that twice, but I'm going to ask you to open up your minds now, and I'm going to repeat myself. What you're going to hear about tonight is the single greatest health science, anti-aging, and sports performance breakthrough of our lifetime. A lot of health practitioners and professionals are saying that. A lot of health practitioners and professionals are saying there will never be a bigger breakthrough than what you're going to hear about tonight, what this is. My journey, I'm going to start back when I was a teenager, even at the age of 5, 6 years old, when I used to play rugby league. So going through my younger years and into my teens, I did judo and gymnastics and played all sorts of sports. I surfed, I did aerobics, and I got into this thing called bodybuilding. So this is a picture of me back when I was 24 years old in the early 90s. The reason I'm showing you this is just to show you how serious I was about my health, looking after myself. I did own a gym back then in these times. And I needed to be a product of the product. I needed to show people that I was serious about what I was doing through the profession, through my career, through my business. If I was going to sell them supplementation or aerobics gear or gym equipment, I had to look good. And I competed back in the early 90s and got up to the New South Wales titles. So the state titles in 2 different federations. Unfortunately came second. This isn't the best condition, would you believe, that I've ever been in, but it was probably close to it. The next week, I looked a lot better than this again, but unfortunately, there was somebody that looked better than me. So this was back in my early 20s, and just want to show you as time went on, I still looked after myself. I wasn't a bodybuilder, obviously. As I got older, I wasn't pushing heavy weights, but what I did do is a lot of cardiovascular work. And this next photo is when I was 44 years old. So I was a lot leaner. You can see that I still had a pretty good physique. I was doing a lot of bike work, a lot of cardiovascular work, but it was all about making sure that, you know, at my age, leading to 50 years old, that I wanted to be the best 50-year-old that I could be for the body that I had. So I reeled it in, and I made sure that I was getting to the gym at 6:30 every morning, doing the right thing by my body, by what I was eating, and looking after it to the best of my ability, like I had my entire life. A lot of people would say I do look fit and healthy in this photo, but I can tell you I was in a lot of trouble with my health. I was in serious trouble with my health. I had 2 major issues that I didn't know about, and 6 months later, the doctors gave me some really bad news. So this photo is literally, the last one was in December 2010. This is in May 2011. So when I got the news, all hell broke loose. My life was turned upside down. My second home here in Sydney was the hospital called the Royal North Shore. And you can see by what I was going through, I had no hair from the top of my head to my toes. I can tell you in this photo, I was putting on a fake smile, a very brave face, because I was very, very sick. And what I went through, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. It was a horrendous time for me, and everything happened overnight. Here we are from being fine financially, from having businesses, to losing my health, from being fit and healthy, doing the right thing. And I'm wondering, what did I do to deserve this? But what did I do to get this? Eating properly and exercising all my life, I thought I was in pretty good stead for hitting around 80 and 90 years old and passing away peacefully in my sleep, but that wasn't the case. So I went through a lot over this 2.5 years. In that 2.5 years of going through treatment, I met this gentleman next to me. His name's Johnny Mannard. Johnny actually played for Cronulla Sharks, Rugby League, and the Parramatta Eels, the team that I devote my time to when I watch Rugby League here in Sydney. He was a great guy, and at the age of 21 years old in this photo, he actually came out of what we was going through. He was in remission. He had what they would consider the good one, and I had 2 of the bad ones. But unfortunately, his good one came back, and he went back into hospital, and we lost Johnny at the age of 23 years old, so just within 2 years from this photo being taken. We were ambassadors of a foundation that we used to support, a foundation with that little green ribbon, and we used to do patient support. We used to give talks to a room full of people with our experience of what we were going through. We were mentally helping patients get through what they were going through, even in the condition that I was in. I was very mentally strong, and I just wanted to make sure I got through and did what traditional medicine told me to do, and I left it in their hands to make sure they got me out of the other side okay. But unfortunately, after 2.5 years, my health practitioner, my specialist, he hit me between the eyes, and he said, "Get my affairs in order." So I wasn't happy. I was angry. I called him a few names, and I made a decision at this point, because of what he said. I made a decision to take the responsibility of my own health back into my own hands. And that's what I did. I did some research, and that research led me to diet. I can tell you, I didn't believe anything outside of traditional medicine. I didn't believe in anything outside of what a doctor could do for me at that time. But when I got the news to get my affairs in order, I went and did this research. So my research led me to an alkaline diet, but also to a lot of different products from a lot of different companies. And my research led me to companies that were word-of-mouth models, network marketing models, like Zango and Celgevity, Isogenics, Protandim, Kangen Water. These products were the best of the best. That's what my research, that's what I came up through my research. And I was on this alkaline diet and all these products and spending all this money for 2 years, trying to empower my body to heal itself. So you can just imagine in 2011, 12, 13, I spent time in that hospital in Sydney. 2013, 14, on this pristine diet, taking all these products. Do you think my health should have been or would have been or could have been moving in the right direction? Do you think I would have had some good results? Do you think I should have had some great results at the end of that 2 years? Well, these were the results after 2 years on that pristine alkaline diet and these products. Do you think I look healthy? Well, when you look at me, you can see the red rings and yellow around my eyes and the condition of my skin. All that's an indication of what was happening inside of my body. Everything that I was doing to empower my body to heal itself wasn't working at all. There was no changes in the way that I looked. Actually, I looked worse. There was no changes in the way that I felt. I had a little bit more hair, but there was no changes in all the tests, all the results that I was getting too from my specialist. So thank goodness at this time, a friend of mine, Bart Cotter, called me, and he called me from America, and all he said was, I think I found something that could help. Now, Bart was very excited. I'd known Bart for a few years, and he spoke to me with conviction and excitement, and I believed in what he was saying. And I was desperate too. I was in survival mode. I wanted to live. I was only 46, 47 years old. So I took Bart up on literally jumping on a plane and heading to America. Now, I had another friend at the time who had a skin condition for 40 years and had been trying to get on top of this skin condition by spending over $100,000 on different therapies and creams and all sorts of things over all this time. So I called my mate Mal Sword. He jumped on the plane with me. We headed to America, to a place that I'd never heard of, Salt Lake City. We met Bart over there, and we went to the headquarters of this company called Asea, and we met in the boardroom, and we were sitting in the boardroom, Bart, Mal, and myself, and another 23 gentlemen, listening to the breakthrough about this product called Asea and the supplement that it was. And this was the only product that they had at the time back in 2014. These bottles were sitting on the boardroom table, and they were sitting there doing nothing until the atomic and medical physicist, Dr. Gary Samuelson, who was going through the presentation, who was talking about the breakthrough and the science. Now, I'm not a scientist, so everything that he was saying was going over my head. So the only thing that I understood about what he was saying was what was in this bottle was 100% non-toxic, and it could have health benefits. That was good enough for me and Mal, and the other good thing was that it was free. So we were gorging it down, and while sitting there, we went through about half a bottle. So Dr. Gary Samuelson finished his presentation. The whole presentation went for about 3 hours, but Bart would have gone through half a bottle himself because it was free as well. Mal and I went through half a bottle. We went back to our hotel rooms after that. We were getting ready to go out and meet Dr. Gary Samuelson and the founders of Asea, Vertus Norden and Tyler Norden, to talk to them further about what this was, what they had their hands on, and the opportunity behind it, what it can do for people. So I took off my shirt to have a shower when I got back to the hotel room, and I'm covered in these little red spots all over my chest, my shoulders, and my back. And I didn't put two and two together at the time. I thought, listen, I've jumped off the plane. I'm talking to myself. I had a jumper on, jumper off, blanket on, blanket off. It's cabin pressure, the humidity, cold. Anyway, I'm thinking I've just got a few little pimples all over my body. Not realizing at the time that what I was trying to achieve here in this photo in the 2 years on this pristine alkaline diet on all of these products, to go through a detox, to detox my body of what wasn't supposed to be in there, to get my body in a working condition to empower it to heal itself, was literally happening very fast in only 3 hours. 3 hours, I was detoxing so fast, it was coming out of my skin, I couldn't wait till I went to the bathroom. The next day, I thought I'd get up and test the product. So for 20 years, I've had a caffeine intolerance. And back then, I loved my coffee. Any more than 2 coffees, though, would buckle me over all day with bloating, and my stomach would carry on, and I'd be very, very uncomfortable, and it'd be almost to the point of agony. You asked me why I drank coffee. If it did that, as long as I stuck to 2, there was not a problem. When I went through everything I went through in that hospital, I was so tired, so fatigued, so lethargic from what they did to me. I used to drink more than 2 coffees to give myself more issues, to give myself that bloating and those problems, to literally keep myself awake, because I was just tired all the time, wanted to sleep all the time, wanted to lay around all the time. But I really wanted to live life. And the only way that I could think to do that was to literally hurt myself through having more coffee. It was a horrendous existence. So the next morning we get up after the presentation, and Bart Cotter supplied us with some more of what was in this bottle, the stuff that we were drinking that morning before breakfast. And we got up, I went to breakfast, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I can test this stuff. I have more than 2 coffees, I'm in a lot of trouble. So for some reason, I picked the number 6. I was going to have 6 coffees for breakfast that morning. Now, the hard thing about that is the coffee in America tastes like crap. It tastes absolutely terrible. A lot of you probably experienced that. But I got through it. I drank 6 coffees. Now, I went through the day. There was nothing to remind me of what I endured for 20 years when I had more than 2 coffees. There was no reminder of that. Pain has no memory. Issues like that have no memory. So nothing came on to remind me of what I went through. That 20 issue was literally gone in 12 hours. So that was my second win. The next day, Bart and Mal and I, we went to a theme park. It was Halloween. We were going to have some fun. We got there at a time where there wasn't too many people. The theme park was opening. We're going to go on the roller coaster and do all sorts of things and get chased by zombies. Anyway, all I could describe myself over the first 48 hours to the guys or to anybody I spoke to was I felt like Superman. Now, even though I was going through all sorts of different emotions with drinking this product, from being lethargic to euphoria to feeling like Superman, that I felt like Superman the whole time regardless. I had some mild headaches. I went through all sorts of things. My eyes were focusing in and out like a set of binoculars you're trying to get into focus. But I jumped out of the car, and Bart and Mel jumped out of the car, and I just said to the guys, I feel fantastic. I feel like Superman. And I started running across this car park. Now, the reason I tell you this story is because only a few days before, and for a very long time after I went through what I went through in that hospital, what happened was I had so much lung damage from what they put me through because of targeted areas and what they did to my whole body that I was having trouble breathing and talking at the same time with that lung damage. So a couple of days earlier, I would have had trouble walking up a hill, walking upstairs. I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time. I ran across this car park at about 100 meters, about 12 seconds flat. I could run fast for a short guy. I was standing there. I wasn't huffing and puffing like I would have been a couple of days ago and down on my hands and knees. It was like my lungs were breathing by themselves. That's when the light bulb went on, thinking there is something magical in this bottle. So that was the start of my experience with taking this product. I went back to Australia. So October 2014. Do you think I kept drinking the product? Do you think I stayed on the product? Of course I did, from what I was experiencing, from what I had experienced. I started sharing it with people, helping some people with challenges that they had. I saw other people going through months and them experiencing the product and their health challenges. They were getting better. So about halfway through 2015, I knew that I needed a lot more than what I was taking for the health challenge that I had, and went up to half a bottle a day. By December 2015, keep in mind that this photo is October 2014. So we're just talking about just over 1 year later, I got some really, really good news. My specialist told me they couldn't find any sign of the 2 major issues that I had in my body, 2 major issues that weren't going away, 2 major, and I was very happy with that, obviously. And this was a photo at the time. And you can see the difference, too, between where I was to where I went. So it wasn't just what was happening internally, but was what was happening on the outside as well. So that was incredible news. But what really, really blew me away is all those sports that I played over all those years. I had 35-year-old injuries to my neck, a whiplash injury from doing weights. I had 80% use of my right shoulder, 80% use of my left hand. I had back problems, pelvic problems, hip problems, I had all these issues. I used to throw my back out, and I used to be in bed for a week at a time every single month on anti-inflammatories to try and get myself back to the point where I could get back on my feet. My whole body was rebuilt in 2015. All those issues had gone away. But not only that, for 20 years, I had problems with pollen where I'd sneeze all the time and my nose would run all day unless I'd actually spray this stuff up my nose every morning to control it, which wasn't good for you and going straight to the brain and through the body. I had to do that to control. All that was gone in 2015. My whole body from top to bottom was totally rebuilt. That is the story on my health side. Fast forward, I haven't had any of these issues at all come back, resurface, or anything else happen to me at that level. I've got a photo from last year. So if you're looking at this photo, you can see freckles and wrinkles and all sorts of things going on. But the longer I stayed on this product, the younger I looked. So the great thing is they brought out a topical gel, which we started on as well. And we can't make any claims, as I said, with using these products. But if you go back to this photo and the difference to the next one, as you can see, prior to using this product, 3.5 years ago at this time, I used to be quite ugly. But not only look at me 12 months after I started using it, look at me 2 years later. So this photo was taken last year, and you just see how my whole complexion has been cleared up. Got a little bit of weight. We were traveling the world for 6 months, and I was eating all sorts of things. But no matter what I was putting into the body, this cleaned up my whole complexion. And this, what you can see here now, reflects everything that is going and was going on the inside, and the way I look now. Everything's working perfectly. My wife and I are on the products. We're running around like 10-year-old kids. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. So before I go into what this is, what these molecules do in the body, the technology, the breakthrough, and these products, I'll just go back to taking this off the screen and stop sharing. I'm going to talk to you about how disease starts. Very basic. Everybody knows that good cells divide, and everybody knows that bad cells divide. So there is a mechanism within the body for the body to detect the damaged cell, for example, and to determine what to do with that damaged cell. Unfortunately, if a cell isn't detected, a cell will divide like a good cell into 2 damaged cells. And if those 2 damaged cells aren't detected, they will damaged into 4 and 8, 16, 32, 64, and so on. And then all of a sudden, 5 to 20 years later, something comes to the surface and you have an issue that actually started 5 to 20 years ago. By that stage, people are in trouble. They've either got a major issue, a minor issue, something they've got to take medication for, or something they've got to go to hospital for and stay in hospital for, or something that literally doctors can't do anything for. So there is a mechanism within the body. Obviously, we know the body can heal itself. Everybody talks about how important the immune system is. So I'm not going to go too much into the science about how the body heals itself, but this will give you a pretty good idea. It'll give you an understanding of why we age so fast too. Just have another drink of water, guys. Hang on. This is live. This is live. Okay. So we have got 75, or we are made up of 75 trillion cells. There is little power plants, these little things called the mitochondria, in every single cell in our body they're producing, these factories, these power plants are producing the energy for the cell. It's called ATP. So the energy for the cell, once the mitochondria produces that, there's a byproduct of that. There's something that's produced while the energy is being created for the cell called redox molecules. Now, there is a chemical reaction that changes the molecular structure of salt water inside our cells into these redox signaling molecules. Now, we're made up of 70% salt water. So this chemical reaction creates these redox signaling molecules. These molecules have a split second to do their job. I'll go through this slowly. You may want to write this down. So this is the mechanism for the body to heal itself. You can put in all the nutritional supplements, good food, and everything you want, but these molecules are critical and crucial to life. If this reaction isn't happening in your body, you're not going to last long. You're producing millions and millions of these redox signaling molecules every single second, and there's millions being used up every single second. So what's their job? Their job is to detect cells and to either protect them if they're good, repair them if they need to be repaired, or destroy and replace if they can't be repaired. So they're the mechanism to detect cells, protect, repair, destroy, and replace. Without these signals back to the immune system or the body to come in to deal with any cell that it detects, the body doesn't know what's going on. We all know how important antioxidants are. Well, we've all heard of them anyway. We probably don't know how they work, but antioxidants are the thing that gets rid of all the oxidative stress, the rust, the free radicals, anything that's not supposed to be there. Actually, it's what it is. It's our body's trying to heal, to protect itself, but sometimes it does more damage than good. The environmental impact from what we drink, what we eat, and what we breathe in has a massive impact on our body. All these things the body needs to get rid of. So these molecules are responsible for activating antioxidants, which are useless. They do not work unless they're activated by these redox signaling molecules that we produce. We all know how important our cardiovascular system is, our digestive system, our endocrine system, our immune system, our skin, our bones. We have 12 major systems. These molecules are key in the regulation of our 12 major systems. If things are going out of balance, they need to come in and balance these systems. These molecules are also responsible for reducing the oxidative stress in our body. That's when our body's rusting. As I said, as an example, would be like the plaque that builds up in arteries that causes heart disease. The body doesn't know where this damage is unless the body's told where it is, and these signaling molecules signal the body to the damage to deal with it. These molecules will find the bacteria, virus, and infection. And if these molecules don't find it, all of a sudden you've got a virus or the flu or a cold or whatever it may be. So these crucial signaling communication molecules signal the body to where this damage is, the things that shouldn't be in there. They turn on genes. They open up genetic pathways. They light up the body to heal itself. These molecules are critical and crucial and foundational to our health and life. You can put as much nutritional in it, product, you can put as much food in, but as I said, with the lack of these molecules, all these things won't work or work effectively. Another drink, excuse me. So, a lot of you have children. A lot of you have grandchildren. A lot of you remember when your children were small or your grandchildren are small, a lot of you remember how much energy they had. And they used to heal and recover very quickly. Children produce these molecules in abundance. So while they're running around for all that energy, while they're falling over and cutting the knee open, these molecules are being called in to repair that damage as fast as they're tearing down their body. That's why they heal and recover so quick. They're producing an abundance of them. The age 12, 13 years old, because of the environmental impact from what we breathe, eat, and drink, unfortunately, the production of these molecules start to slow down. You're going to get an idea of why we start aging now. At the age of 50, my age, we only have 50% production left. And at the age of 70, we only have 10% production left. So a 70, 80, 90-year-old are healing 10 to 20 times slower than what they did at the age of 10 years old. And that's not good. These molecules are trying to keep them alive, and what they're working on is more the environmental impact of what their body's intaking from all the pollutions and toxins they're taking to their body, rather than getting to the major damage, because there's just not enough to go around. You see, these molecules are like a triage nurse. They'll go to the most pressing issue. And somebody might have an issue with their joints, injury issues, somebody might have all these other issues and conditions and diseases and whatnot happening in their body. But unfortunately, there's not enough of the good army to take care of that bad army. Good news, this company Asea, now science thought it was impossible to create these molecules outside of the body because they're fleeting in nature. As I said, they only last for a split second to do their job, and they have a very big job. Everything that I went through, they have to do literally that fast. I'll give you an example. I can't see you or hear you. I know you're there. But everybody clap their hands hard 3 times. So you're feeling tingling in your hands right now. So these molecules that you're producing are rushing to your hands because guess what you've just done? You've just damaged over 1 billion cells by clapping your hands. These cells need to be repaired, and the tingling is those signaling molecules, signaling the immune system to come in to repair that damage, signaling the body in to take care of the damage that you did by clapping your hands. So now you know how these molecules come in, you know how they work, you know how fast they work, and you only felt that tingling for a split second. That's how quickly those cells were repaired in your hands. So as I said, they're critical and crucial. They run our whole body. If you give you an example how foundational they are to our health. You know that if you stopped eating food and you kept drinking water, you would live around about 30 days. We need those building blocks to our cells. If you stop producing these redox signaling molecules that you're naturally producing right now, have a guess how long you would live. Actually, you might want to put it in the chat box. We've got a chat box, guys. Have a guess. Don't answer it if you do know the answer, but if you know how long that we would live once we stop producing these molecules. So if you stop producing them right now, how long would we live? Someone said 2 days. Someone said 5 minutes. Any more guesses, guys? 1 hour. Seconds. That's right. We would last around about 3 seconds. There would only be a couple of breaths left in your body. So now you understand how big, what these molecules are doing, the importance of them in the human body. As a matter of fact, they're very, very important for animals and plants as well, because every single living thing on the planet depends on these molecules to survive, to live. So, as I said, the good news is that after 17 years, this company, Asea, has managed to stabilize these cell signaling molecules, these critical molecules, these life-sustaining molecules outside of the body, stabilized, balanced, exactly the same way they're found in every single healthy cell in our bodies. The great thing about this technology is that it's only made from salt and water, can't harm anybody, but once they've changed the molecular structure in here, it's not salt water anymore. It's exactly what our body does, but these are so stabilized and balanced, they've managed to get it into a product so we can consume it, or into a topical gel so we can use it on our skin. This is the only product on the planet that is 100% non-toxic, bioactive, which means it works as soon as it goes in, and native to the body. As soon as you take your first sip, it starts working within the first millionth of a second. Whatever it comes in contact with, your lips, your tongue, your teeth, your gums, and going all the way through your body, it is searching for cells. Now, these molecules are so stable, they last and work for up to 3 hours in our body. Big advantage over the ones we're producing that only last that long. So do you think they're going to find something in 3 hours? I'd hope so. If they don't, they revert back into what they were made from, which is salt and water, and just go through your system. So this is so safe. These products are so safe that you can feed this to a newborn baby and rub this on a newborn baby's skin. It cannot hurt or do any harm to any living thing on the whole planet. So we've got a pretty incredible breakthrough here, guys. Just to reiterate for anybody who's looking at the product for their health. This is the single greatest health science breakthrough of our lifetime. The anti-aging component, the single greatest anti-aging breakthrough of our lifetime. And for athletes who want an edge, they also use these products for endurance, strength, recovery, mental stamina. We don't have to be an athlete to get all that. We get all that anyway. I'm walking up hills a lot better. I'm running around the block a lot better. I'm running around all day better. I'm drinking enough to heal and recover like I'm 10 years old, and that's why I'm running around like one. Another drink of water. Hang on a sec, guys. I'm going to welcome questions as we go to on the product or on anything you like, and I'll answer them as we go. Okay, so we recommend that people take the product for at least 3 months. Statistics show that 15% of people will feel or see something within the first week of taking the product. 30% of people will see or feel something within 30 days of taking the product. 60% of people will feel or see something with taking the product within 60 days, and 90% of people will feel or see something by taking the product within 90 days. So we like to commit people to 90 days. I'll be honest with you, I take the product off somebody who only wants to try it for a week or a month. So commit to taking it properly. If you have a certain health challenge, talk to the person who invited you on this call, and they will be able to go through a product plan with you to help you maximize your benefits over those 3 months. We know it works within a millionth of a second. We know it's scientifically impossible for this not to work in the human body. We know that it works as soon as you have your first sip, but we want you to have the belief and the conviction that that is the case. We want you to believe that this is working within your body, because we know that we've got you on the right product plan you're taking for 3 months. More than likely you'll stay on the product and your health will head in the right direction. Now, this is the biggest gift that you could ever receive. It is the biggest gift that you could ever give anybody. I just got a question from someone saying, what would you recommend for somebody to take for a severe lung problem? There's different ways to take it. As I said, for any individual issues, we all know that it can help if there's a cell involved. That's all been answered. In this situation, up to half a bottle a day, and literally spraying the molecules that you can put in a plastic spray bottle into your lungs. But I prefer everybody to go to the person that recommended them to this call to find out exactly what they need to do for what they have. So guys, I'm going to move into how we can help share this with people and the business part of what we're talking about. Another question, how many people in Australia are currently taking the product each day? Currently, okay, so there's about 20,000 people in Australia at the moment on the product. Little bit of background about the company Asea. This wasn't meant to be shared like this. The owners, Virtus Norden, Tyler Norden, they wanted to pitch this to the pharmaceutical industry once they stabilized these molecules. As I said, it took 17 years to stabilize these molecules outside of the human body. That happened in 2007. Virtus was very excited, thinking that he's just created generational wealth for his family. They got the first pharmaceutical company in. They sat down with them. They went through all the data, kept going back to head office. The pharmaceutical executives and the biochemists sat down at a meeting with Virtus Norden at the end of the day and told him he had something very special. As a matter of fact, he told him he had something so special that they were going to make an offer so big that they wouldn't want to go anywhere else. And they put a great big fat check on the table. And they said there was a catch. They wanted all the data, but there were 135 people on the product. 135 people that were taking the product and were sharing it in between each other, and it went to 20 countries around the world. There were 6 people in the 135. The doctors couldn't do anything for them. 6. And the pharmaceutical executives said, you need to take everybody off the product. Virtus he was in shock. He was taken back. And he said, that's a little harsh. He said there were 6 people the doctors couldn't do anything for. What am I supposed to do with them? And one of the executives said, Virtus, people deal with their challenges the best they can. If you want this deal, you need to let them go. Virtus made a decision that day to leave his legacy to humanity. And in 2010, Asea was born. Now, 2007, 2008, 2009, Virtus Norden, coming from running Fortune 50 companies, a $40 billion division of Kraft Foods, the CEO of CEOs in America, has gone from wanting to pitch this incredible breakthrough to the pharmaceutical industry, thinking they're going to get it to humanity, knowing they were going to bury it, deciding to leave this as his legacy. He's thinking to himself, how am I going to distribute this? So he picked the word of mouth model. I mean, you can just imagine if this was sitting on a shelf and people picked it up in a retail shop and the ingredients were salt and water and they were paying what they were paying for this bottle, they'd say, that's crazy. I'll get it from Bondi Beach. I'll get it from any beach in the world, or I'll make it up myself. People wouldn't understand that what we have in this bottle is trillions and trillions and trillions of redoxycycline molecules. Fast forward, what we've got today is a company that started in 2010, and there's around about 300,000 people that know about this in around about 30 countries. So the company is a very small company, but it's turning over $100 million, and now the company is heading in a direction where it's going to turn over 100 million this year, and all the momentum and traction is going to kick in, and this will get to the world very, very quickly. Now, 3 years ago, I didn't have my health, or was coming back, and I didn't have I wasn't healthy financially because we lost everything when I lost my health. So after 5 months of taking the product, I personally made a decision to go out there and help other people. In February 2015, I made that decision. I was at a point where I nearly went to the Salvation Army and requested food stamps. We were so desperate. So for me, there was a number of reasons why I started this. We were financially broke. I still needed my health. I needed to take a lot more product to get my health totally on track. And, we needed to help people and get this to the world. So all of those things came together. I started the business in February 2015. Now, coming from traditional business, I built 20 traditional businesses over 20 years. When I got sick, I had 6 businesses and I lost absolutely everything. So I was in traditional business. I was in corporate part of those 20 businesses. I was working for somebody, very successful in everything that I did. But when I lost my health, I lost everything. So when my health started coming back, I adopted this business model that I used to run away from, this business model called word of mouth or network marketing. I couldn't stand it. I hated it. I used to run from it. Someone come to me with this way or that way, and I used to run so fast and shut the door in their face. I was naive. I was really naive, because I do understand now that Asea, that this business model is the best business model on the planet. This breakthrough is the biggest breakthrough that has created an incredible opportunity. So over a very short period of time, in my first 12 months, I became what we call a diamond executive. That was in the first 12 months of actually starting this as a business. So in February 2016, we were basically financially free then. We could travel the world full time. I could help as many people as I wanted. And from the money I was making, I could actually put it into various charities and donations that I could never help before. So what we've got here, as I said, it is a gift that you can give to someone or receive yourself, the biggest gift that I think that anybody could give or receive, a gift back to your health, a gift back to looking younger, feeling younger, living longer, healthier, or a gift to financial freedom. From my experience in business, I've never seen a better business model. I've never seen anything that has been able to I've always wanted to create a legacy for myself. Virtus Norton has done that for us by leaving this for us. I'm creating a legacy by also leaving this to other people and helping so many people. And we are now helping people to leave their own legacy. So if you're here just to hear about the product for your own health, that is fantastic. That is what this is all about. So if you don't want to stay on the call, go back to the person who introduced you. Go on the product for 3 months, open up your own account, get access to the products, and take the products properly, as recommended. We want to help you get better. If you are looking to help other people, we can help you do that. We can help you through this incredible business model. I have dealt with so many big companies over the years, like Bunnings and a lot of big companies, Australand, that we were doing security for. I have never seen the integrity in any other company, or the principles and values, or even the experience from the management as I have or have seen in this company called Asea. This company ticks every single box. So guys, we got something incredible. We can help a lot of people. I'm just going to breeze over the rest of the range. I never used to use any of this stuff, but for the whole time they've been out, I've been using the cleanser. So I actually use this for cleaning my face, my skin, wash my hair, would you believe, and shave. It's a great foam. It smells great. It just gets the skin ready for applying the molecules. And then we put on the Renew 28. This is all over body rejuvenation. Put this in your first aid kit. Use it on anything you don't like, anything at all on the outside, skin issues, wrinkles, cellulite, anything that's not supposed to be there, apply that directly to. And then for the finer lines and wrinkles, we've got the intensive serum. Twice as concentrated as, this has also got the molecules in it, as the all over body rejuvenation, which is the Renew 28. And I also use, and I can't believe I'm saying this, a moisturizer. But you can see how my complexion is cleaned up, how all these products help from the outside in, and how the Redox supplement helps from the inside out. Guys, I'm going to put out a last call for questions while I'm wrapping up on anything at all. Another question. Okay, how many ounces or litres? How much am I taking? Okay, so I've been taking half a bottle a day since literally since June 2015. My wife takes half a bottle a day. Now, the reason we do that is not because we have a health challenge, it's because we want to heal at optimal level. I like running around like a 10-year-old every single day. We have so much energy. We've got energy to bottle and burn, and it's just a good feeling that we know that we're in the best shape that we can be. Keeping in mind, these are the signals for communication, and communication for the body to heal itself. We still need to put the right building blocks in. So we eat properly, we eat correctly as well. And it's going to, everything that we're putting in is going, the efficiency of antioxidants and all these things we're putting in, everything's going to be enhanced. So just on that, if we talk about antioxidants, the efficiency of antioxidants while drinking the supplement goes up over 500%. Glutathione production, and you know how important glutathione is, the master antioxidant. Glutathione production goes up over 500%, natural glutathione production. Another question, how much does it cost for someone in New South Wales, Australia? Is there a distributor or not? So right now, so we can become an individual, we can open up an account, have a business within this business, and plug into tens of millions of dollars worth of infrastructure. So happy to know I don't have any staff, I don't have any overheads, I don't hold any stock. I can just plug into this infrastructure. I've got a back office website, and I just share this with people, and the company sends it out, and I just hold people's hands through their journey. I take them to wherever they want to go with their health or financial freedom, and that's what we do. So just to, on the last question, just to elaborate, for one case of the Redox supplement, which is 4 nearly 1 litre bottles, 960 ml each, it's under $200 delivered. If you want 14 cases, so it costs $10 delivery for one case, so $199. Or if you want 14 cases, it's $189 a case with only $10 delivery for 14 cases. So they've kept it the same price. It's a very fair, it's a very generous company with their principles and values in place that they pass on to us. It's incredible what we've got our hands on here. Just in regards to, sorry guys, another question. That's okay, we got that one. So 20,000 people in Australia. So right now we can share this with people right through Europe, Hong Kong, Singapore, Thailand, Taiwan, Philippines, Australia, New Zealand, the Americas. We've got North America, we've got, there's Mexico, Canada, Dominican Republic, Colombia. This, as far as a business opportunity, helping other people, and what we earn and what we achieve with these awards is just a reflection of the amount of people we help. So the reason we get paid is we talk to people. That's why we get and helping people. So we help people, we talk to people, we help people, we talk to people, we help their people, we get paid. So the more we do that, the more lives we change, the more lives we save, the more that's going to take us to where we want to be financially. They have got some great incentives in place. This isn't a rah-rah company. We don't get up on stage or in front of a webinar like this and scream and shout. But what they do is, because we've got such a high impact product and the product speaks for itself, they literally shower us with all sorts of things, including paying us handsomely for sharing this with people, like incentive trips, cash. There's all these different promotions they've got on. There's people going over to Los Cabos in Mexico soon. A lot of guys in the team have won that trip. So all these things are in the background. They don't put it in our face. If you want to do this, if you want to help people, if you want to achieve, it is there for the taking. Just check on time and questions. Wow, a lot of people on this call. Guys, really appreciate you guys being on this call. Listen, it's 10 to 9. What we're going to do, we're going to wrap up right now, because I've got to start the exact same thing in 10 minutes. I'm going to give you 10 minutes to either get ready to jump on this next call, or to contact your loved ones, your family, your friends, anybody at all that you need to get on this next call, because everybody on the planet needs to hear about this. What about people with a, yeah, guys, there's another question about a specific issue. If there's a cell involved, this can help. So anything specific, I'm going to ask you the question back. If there is a cell involved, this can help. All right, guys, I've got 9 minutes to get ready for this next call. Same link, same place, same time next week with Bart and Melissa. 9 p.m. Sydney time. In 8 minutes time, I'm going to be doing this again. More than welcome to come back on and bring as many people as possible. I really thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Thank you.